Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood. In the last episode, we kind of did all of our, farewells and goodbyes to everybody in Doma. Hien gave his big speech after the victory. And we then headed back over here to Alamigo and Garabania to hook back up with the Alamigan Resistance, check on them, see how they're doing, and they seem to be doing well. Unfortunately, one of the Scions, Kryl, was captured by the Empire, and is currently being held prisoner. So that's unfortunate, and we're going to have to see what we're going to do about that. But, here we are ready to go, and we're going to get to it. And as you can see, I'm wearing new armor again on my Dark Knight here. I was able to get Dark Knight all the way level 70, so it is prepared and ready to go for Shadowbringers. But what I think we're actually going to do, for the time being, is switch back to Warrior. Because it could use some experience points and some levels. 67, which is fine, I think. Yeah, we can take these quests at level 67. Because on my main, personal character, I have cleared the main story quest of Shadowbringers, which is amazingly good. Oh my goodness. The whole expansion is just amazingly good. Can't wait to get there with this character. So not going to spoil anything, obviously, at least not until we actually start playing it. But it does kind of want to make me play Warrior a little bit. But I'll see. I'll have to make those decisions when we get there. But we're going to play Warrior for now because I think it makes the most sense as far as just getting experience points distributed to my various jobs. So, let's go ahead and talk to Ralbon and see what we're going to be doing today. Alright, you, Ralbon, and your allies have much to discuss. Okay. Alright, there you are, and there is Commander Kemp, I see. I know you are eager to speak of our next move, but we would first hear more of your last. Tell us of your deeds in Doma.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Kryl.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamegan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Valadina. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulga's Beacon. For as Rulga once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
Okay. The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castellum Valadina, the main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he has ordered Fordola and her men to see to the bridge's defense. Fordola. Alright, so we'll get to fight the skulls again. The Butcher is not to be underestimated. She is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike. But we have a plan to defeat her. First, we send an alliance force down the main road, signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. However, they will soon find that we are ill-prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee. I see. Show them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue. Aye. Fordola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We lure them as far as East End, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we should be able to keep the greater part of their garrison occupied, leaving us to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Very clever, I'm sure. But what are we to do if the Imperials smell a rat and return before we've taken the place? I don't need you to take Valadina, Commander Kemp. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You mean to trick them into believing that the bridge has fallen? Aye, we convince them Valadina is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust has settled, we regroup at the Castellum. What say you? It's a bold plan, but a good one. We'll do it. In that case, we shall support both the Resistance and the Alliance forces. Ayame, Lise, Arnvald, I ask that you accompany Commander Kemp, Alice, and I will remain with the Flame General. We will return to Ralgar's Reach and make our preparations. As soon as they are complete, we will join you in the field. Godspeed. So the plan is for a little bit of misdirection and trickery. So we'll see if it works. Oh, it moved us to Ralgar's Reach. Okay, that's convenient. Looks like I could use some repairs on my gear. Just take care of that real quick. There we go. Alright, Conrad. Let's talk to you. Alright, in case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Veladina is bloody massive. It'd take a dozen men to change it, and far too long besides. But there's no need for all that, right, Monago? Not so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms, no. Alright. Arnvald, you're in charge of the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pearls. Lise, I want you to look in on the squadrons. Make sure they've got everything they need. Everybody clear? Aye, sir. All forces are to depart for Castellum Corvi when ready. That'll be all. Ayame, stay with me for a moment, if you would. Okay. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. Each of them has lost people, and I can tell that it weighs on their hearts. There have been a lot of new faces since last you were here, so it's best if I just tell you where to look. One's an officer you'll find in the barber. Another is an older fellow who likes to pass the time on the shores of Starfall. The last is a fiery young lad from Little Alamigo who I'm told trains by himself by the river to the fringes. You'll know them when you see them. Come and find me when you're finished. Alright, so I want me to boost some morale. That's doable. Alamigan Brigade Officer. Wait, I know you. Lieutenant Yatsurugi from the Maelstrom. It's an honor to meet you. I was living hand-to-mouth in Ulda, but decided to enlist in the flames after I heard tales of your daring do. And now, as fate would have it, I've been sent here to join the fight for my homeland's liberation. But this is no time to talk. I've got to prepare for the operation. Take care, Lieutenant. We'll give those Imperial whore sons what for. Okay, well, looks like he's raring to go. Alright, here's a swarthy resistance fighter. I say, it isn't the lass who helped me find the ward I misplaced. But there I go again, treating you as an equal. It wasn't until after you'd gone that one of my comrades pulled me aside and told me it was only the bleeding hero of Eorzea who'd taken time out of her busy day to help me. Well, what's done is done, but know that I will fight with every ounce of my strength in this coming battle, and the next, mayhap that will serve to repay the favor. Fare you well. Alright. And someone else down here by the river. Hot-blooded youth. Okay. Ayame, am I right? I doubt you remember me, but I'll never forget you. Saved my life in Little Alamigo, you did. Wilred and the rest of us had got into our heads that if we had enough crystals, we could summon Ralgar like the Amalja summoned their god. Thankfully, you put a stop to it. Ever hear about what happened to Wilred? Joined the Braves when they came calling, only to turn up dead one day. Never found out how or why, but I reckon it doesn't matter. Dead's dead after all. But at least he died doing what he thought was right. Maybe that's the best folks like us can hope for, eh? Not that I'm in any hurry, mind. Yep, I do remember that. Alright, let's go back to Conrad. Now, I do want to head back to Castrum Oriens because there's a quest there I need to pick up that'll give ether currents. There's one thing I really haven't done in this area. I think, as I mentioned before, is picked up all the Aether Currents and tried to grab what I could, but you know, because we're locked off of half of the map, it's kind of hard to get all the ones that you can, because it's kind of hard to tell when something is on the chunk of the map you can't get to. Right, you've had a word with the men I mentioned then? So I'm sure you've noticed they have another thing in common aside from tragedy. You've touched each of their lives in one way or another. That's not the reason I wanted you to speak with them. A man who's lived in Girabania his entire life, who bore witness to the realities of the occupation for 20 unbroken years. A man who fled Alamigo in search of a new life, who swore to serve another nation, only for fate to conspire to send him back here. A youth born on foreign soil who never knew his parents' homeland, yet nevertheless felt kinship with our cause. 3 men, 3 stories, 3 reasons, yet all belong to the Resistance. In growing larger, we've grown more diverse, and while there is good in that, there's also the potential for strife and discord. It'd take a special sort to lead such men to Alamigo, don't you think? Let's see. Leader of the Resistance. Don't I have enough titles already? Good thing they've got you. For now, but not forever. And to be frank, I don't always know what to say to the ones who left, not to mention the youths. May the Resistance need a leader with a wider view, someone who's not lived their whole life in Girabania, who's known death and hardship but not been ground down by them. As you may have guessed, I've been thinking of asking Lise, but it'll be her decision in the end. I trust I needn't say that this conversation is just between you and me. Good girl. Right? Then we best head to Castellum Corvi, or what remains of it, rather. Alright, speak with Conrad in Castellum Corvi. Alright, so let's go ahead and teleport out to Oriens. Oh. It would, if that was over here. I always forget to move that back. Alright, so we have a quest, the Hidden Truth, right there. We're going to go ahead and grab that, because I'm not sure where it's actually, what we have to do. Hopefully it'll be on the way. Alright, Serpent Marshal Brookstone is in need of a soldier. Yama Yotsurugi of the Maelstrom, a moment if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Castrum Oriens for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is your wont to attend to matters both great and small in all corners of the realm, though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Maelstrom and the Eorzean Alliance. Thus I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the Fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Molko when you are ready to receive a briefing. She will be overseeing the operation. Alright then. Tala Molko here. Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be, but it is. Ayama Yotsurugi, the Griffin's Bane herself. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Baelsar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess. I pity no one else seems to think so. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to Castrum Oriens? Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested to assist in my investigation. This is such an honor. I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Goodness me, where are my manners? Talamolko, military records officer, at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of the current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castrum Oriens, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans, prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed, as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment, or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them, not just for our own records, mind you, but their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though. It will be no easy task ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came to settle here, and as luck would have it, the Resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago? Speak with the Ananta Battle Maid. Over there. Right. Alamegan prisoners captured 20 years ago? Yes, I remember. When the Garleans gained their foothold here, they entered any and everyone. Striders, Ananta, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve in the Garlean military, dispatched to other lands from which they would never to return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. Alright, a settlement to the south. Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Gridania when the Garleans first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Let's begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. Alright, so let's see where things are laid out here and where we want to go first. Alright, so main quest is over there. Bittermill is down there. So I think we'll head for that first. Be across the bridge up ahead. Alright, looks like Tala's run into some trouble here. What are the Garleans doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them. Let's take care of these guys. Startled soldier. I'm guessing he doesn't want to fight. Ugh! And he ran off. Alright, let's help out Tala here. Goodness, that smarts. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training, though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Garlean soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Garleans should be too busy contending with the resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers have only raised more questions. If we are to make any sense of this, we must search this place from top to bottom, after my heart returns to my chest. Doing some calming exercises there. Well, she is just a records clerk, so, and that got me what I needed. So, I don't think we'll necessarily continue the quest chain. At least not for the moment, anyway. There's somebody over here doing this fate. Ah, well. Oh, I just have the level sync, don't I? Alright, there we go. Should hopefully be fairly quick. It's the fate's almost complete. There we go. A little bit of free experience points. There we go. Alright, here is Castellum Corvi. And there's Comrade, and this is an instance battle. Alright. Do I have time? Just give me a moment. It looks like I might be out of time for today. So, one thing to do is we'll save this instance battle that we're going to go through to retake Castellum Veladina. What is down there? I think we'll do that next episode. It's a little shorter than I normally do for this series, but I think it is kind of where I'm at today because of the way the schedule's working out. So, yeah, we'll get to that next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.